Wonderful, thank you. In the we already hold on a hot tick. My apologies, everybody. In the midst of the smoke in the air, certainly it's going to be a little bit sunnier today, and we can look forward to that. But our thoughts are certainly with all of the students, the teachers, the families who are currently evacuated from their homes across BC, Alberta, and Saskatchewan. That should have us thinking of the land that we're on and the time and place in which we are now connecting. I'd like to bring to you the ATA's Treaty 7 land acknowledgement.
The Alberta Teachers Association respectfully acknowledges that we are located on Treaty 7 territory, the traveling route, gathering place, and meeting grounds for Indigenous peoples, including
Siksikaititapi, comprised of the Siksika, Kaina, Pikani, Amskapi Pikani, First Nations,
the Tsuut'ina First Nation,
and the Iarhe Nakota, including the Chiniki, Bears Paw, and Goodstoney First Nations.
Métis Otepemisiwak,
Isikisimo Nunangat,
whose histories, languages, cultures, and traditions continue to influence our vibrant community. We are grateful for the traditional knowledge keepers and elders who are still with us today, and those who have gone before us. We recognize the land as an act of reconciliation and gratitude to those whose territory we reside on or are visiting.
My apologies again. Apparently I'm clicking the wrong way through some of these. Anyway, here is the agenda for the day. All of the excitement. We're going to go through a few individuals, get a chance to bring greetings from a variety of people who are here to honor and celebrate our grads today. And then we'll have a chance to actually meet those grads, follow up with our valedictorian, and then we'll have a final farewell message before we have a quick opportunity to do a photo op where we'll get a chance to snag some photos. I know it might seem a little bit different, but we will grab some screenshots, get as many people up as we can, and celebrate the time that we are here together. Okay. First up, I would like to introduce to you Mr. Tony Montina, coming to us from the Science Building at the University of Lethbridge, our school trustee.
Good morning, everybody. I'm always honored to be here to represent the Palliser Board of Trustees and bring greetings on behalf of the board to the PBB graduating class of 2025. So thank you for allowing me part of your special day and celebration. One thing I always like to point out at the many different grads I go to is just how diverse of a school division Palliser is. We have schools ranging from faith-based schools such as Low German Mennonite programs, Hutterite schools and colony schools, Christian faith-based, Islamic faith-based, the National Sports School, Masters Academy, and even the traditional sort of brick and mortar public schools that people usually see. But I always like to point out this grad particularly that I'm very proud to be the trustee for Palliser Beyond Borders, because in my opinion, it provides a high quality virtual education opportunities to everyone. And I'm proud to be representative because the staff and students in this program are truly exceptional. And I like to emphasize that anywhere I go to talk about the division in your program. So to the graduates, you definitely succeeded in a unique world of challenges. You had to navigate social media and the world of technology. I know when your teachers and myself, that wasn't necessarily something we had to deal with when we were at your stage. One thing we did have to deal with is you've had to shape your trials and tribulations as you find yourselves and your identities through junior high and high school. Those are always the most challenging times for any youth and adolescent. And then, of course, for this group in particular, you've obtained your education through non-traditional online means. And throughout all of this, you've shown a whole deal of perseverance. So I wanted to start by congratulating you on that, because your 12 years of schooling probably hasn't gone as planned, and you've had to adopt and continuously sort of adjust your expectations and goals and proceed with empathy and compassion. So first and foremost, your hard work and determination has gotten you to this point, and I know it'll propel you forward in your success and all your future endeavors. So today, you're going to enter into the world of being a graduate and entering this new world of possibilities. And so the first time I'm a first term trustee. This is my 4th year. And then the first grad I went to give greetings, I said, give them advice. And it's always a difficult thing because you're going to hear from several speakers today. And luckily I get to go first, so I don't have to worry about repeating anybody else's advice. That's going to be everybody else after me's problem. So the first one I always like to bring up is always dream big. There's no goal or aspiration that you can't achieve. You just put hard work in and channel that energy and the power of your mind. And this is just the beginning for anything you want to do in your life. So embrace the challenges, seize the opportunities, and most importantly, as you get into your careers and later in lives, remember to have fun while you do that, because too many people don't have fun. The second thing I like to point out is, and it's nothing we forget as we move into your busy lives, is prioritize your well-being. So always take time as you move forward past this moment to sort of take time to nurture and care for yourselves and make sure you're doing what makes you happy. And then, of course, the last thing I like to point out, and it's a unique one for this group, is always remember the importance of community and roots. And so I know this is a virtual group that isn't used to sort of that like local, you go every day into a school site, but always remember, no matter where you go in this world, that your community and those being Palliser School Division and your teachers and the community you're part of at Palliser is always going to be here for you. So that being said, I'd like to, on behalf of the entire Board of Trustees and the School Division, congratulate you and wish you nothing but success in your future endeavors and heartfelt congratulations.
Thank you very much, Mr. Montina. It's great to hear we have such a remarkable advocate championing both our students and our school. Representing the school board, the senior administration, we have with us today our Director of Learning, Jason Kupri.
Good morning, everyone. I just wanted to start by saying congratulations, graduates, of course. I think I'll start, Tony did a great job there. I'll start with the teachers and just a hearty thank you. As Tony's mentioned as well, I'm very proud to be the Director of Learning that gets to work with and oversee and help out with Palliser Beyond Borders. And so I've gotten to see firsthand how much teachers actually care and want to create relationship. And that is an amazing thing. This is not, Palliser Beyond Borders is not an education services delivery model. It is a teaching model where students and teachers get to hang out to get to create relationship. And there's a true care. And I've seen that from all the way from leadership to Mr. Quasi there, all the way through all these teachers that are here today to represent the students. I also want to say congratulations to parents. I know it's probably been a journey to get your son or daughter here. I've experienced that a couple of times myself, and it's a few sleepless nights, I'm sure, but nonetheless, your students have made it. And I want to say congratulations, of course, to the graduates. Congratulations on the perseverance you showed to get here. And I just hope that with all the education you've been given, I know a couple of members of my team are here, and it's always got to be the what's next piece, right? Tony's already alluded to it. Look after your wellness, but don't get fixated on one thing. Try as many things as you can now that you've hit this important mark in your, or way marker in your road to success. There'll be lots of twists and turns to come, but we're confident that you've been given the education and you've been given the tools to succeed no matter what. So just try things, see what you like, and as Tony said, be happy. And find something that you can settle into that doesn't feel like work, that feels like a calling, and use the education you received through Palace Beyond Borders and beyond, whatever the education you've had over the last 13 years, to propel yourself forward and to explore and try new things. So I encourage you with that. And again, congratulations and have a wonderful day.
Thank you very much, Mr. Coopery. We have often heard from you the very quintessential need for students to pursue their passions, to find those things that they truly love. So I definitely hear that sentiment. Next up, we hear from our principal of Palace Beyond Borders, Jason Kwasny, to share his thoughts for today's graduates.
Thanks, Jacob. I always feel I get shafted in this because Tony takes all the really good stuff, and then Jason comes in and gets to, really highlight the big pieces, and then they throw it to me, and it feels like everything I'm saying is a copy. But I want to echo a lot of the pieces that were said by Tony and Jason. That we are so proud of you, graduates, today. At PBB, we pride ourselves on being flexible and the independent learning options that we offer. And graduates, you are living proof that this works and it is successful. You guys have navigated your studies on your own terms, balancing out school, job commitments, family commitments, personal passions, a whole bunch of stuff. And you've shown incredible self-discipline and resilience in carving out this educational path and making it here. It's this independence and these skills that you've learned that will serve you well, I feel, in the future. You've learned how to learn and how to manage your time. And no matter what else goes on in the future, those skills will be essential in the jobs that you choose or your future pathways. So I also want to thank our teachers. Every class that you guys have attended, our teachers have been a part of that. And they've provided guidance and encouragement and expertise, hopefully. They've been your mentors and motivators. For some of you at this point of the year, they are a big motivator as we come towards the end and finishing this. And trust me when I say they are your biggest cheerleaders from a distance. I am always hearing stories about the wonderful things that you guys are doing in their classes. And so I wholeheartedly want to say thank you to all of my staff for embracing the challenges of teaching online and creating a unique virtual environment where you feel connected to the people and the staff that are in our buildings every day. Recently, I was talking to a friend of mine. He was an or I guess he still is, an ER doctor. And his son took a few classes from us in the past year and has went on to post-secondary. And without prompting him, I didn't say anything. He mentioned to me that he's like, hey, you're the principal at Palace Beyond Borders, right? I said, yeah. And he goes, I just want to say thanks because it was the skills that my son learned well with you guys, not the academics, but the skills that are having the biggest impact on him at university and allowing him to progress far beyond where some students in his class are. So I just want you all to remember that as you step into the next chapter, the skills that you've honed here, the ability to learn independently, to adapt to new challenges, to seek out support when you need it. These are the things that are going to stay with you. These are the life skills that are going to empower you to pursue your dreams, whatever they may be. So congratulations, Cohen, Dave, Dallas, Ruth Ann, and Sophie. We are incredibly proud of each and every one of you. And I invite you to please stop in from time to time and tell us about the incredible things that you guys are accomplishing. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kwasny. It's good to hear from people on the ground sharing the same sentiment that we all feel every day when we get to connect with these students. We will give you a quick introduction of some of those many people working behind the scenes that at least we know they are always on their camera, even if sometimes the students aren't. We have our principal, Mr. Kwasny. Bruno Castelli is away, but will be back for a little bit here, has also been a fantastic teacher here doing math, and quickly followed up by Toshi Wesigi, who has brought her passion and determination for math and learning to support students. As I mentioned, Mr. Tiberio happens to be away today. He highlights many of our science classes, but he is now a proud father and rightly is spending his time in just the right place. Del Nikolaichuk has been our educational assistant throughout this year, and he has been connecting with students both face-to-face here in the outreach, as well as online, supporting students with their literacy, with their numeracy, working hard to get those students through their classes, and we very much appreciate his efforts. Megan Curtis is our admin assistant, who is working furiously behind the scenes, sometimes literally furiously, to get everything done in time to support students, their needs, their classes, etc. We also have Samantha Willier, who came to us this year to fill the English role, which she has done fantastically and is supporting students consistently with their learning in language arts and improving their graduation. Stephen Warnell has been teaching social studies with us for some time and has been doing a fantastic job, really encouraging students to attain their civic responsibilities that we know that they need. And he has been accompanied in that role by Mr. Enns. Mr. Enns has been teaching some of the social studies and has been a strong support for many of our grade 9 students that'll be leaving us this year. And he's taken on a primary role in supporting their learning. I should mention Mrs. Willier was also tackling the English for the grade 9s too. Myself, I have been teaching some French and CTS, and this year Palliser has started an outreach. And so we've taken the lead on building that program here in our space to support students and their learning. And Mr. Finney, I don't know why your picture disappeared, but he's here with us today, who has taken on the role of teaching many of our CTS courses and options, as well as phys ed, critical graduation requirements that we know students need for their learning. One person that didn't make it on our list is Mrs. Fraser, who, despite having a fantastic name, is no relation of mine, but is also here with us today and has been supporting a number of different schools, but also here in the outreach. She helped build the program and get things off the ground for students here. Oh, there it is, showed up. Hey, Mr. Finney, cuddling with the dogs. Nicely done. All right, it's that time. We're together now. Got to rock out to the music for a moment here. And it's time to meet our illustrious graduates for the class of 2025. Sorry for the hard cut, but I think it's time to get on to it. We're going to turn to Mrs. Willier, who would like to introduce to us this year's grad, Sophie Frenna.
Thank you, Jacob. It is my pleasure to present our first graduate, Sophie Frenna. Sophie describes herself as warm-hearted, mindful, and creative, and I would have to agree. I had the pleasure of getting to know her first semester when I taught her English 30-1, and she was a very committed and engaged learner. She would attend our weekly meets, showing that she was had great critical thinking skills and was determined to do well. She's polite, she always had her camera on, and she arrived with a smile on her face. Now, Sophie says that from a young age, she was naturally curious and she enjoyed exploring topics on her own, which is what led her to PBB. She originally chose PBB because of her ability to self-direct her learning. Now, she thinks fondly back on her time at PBB, and she has some meaningful words for her teachers. So, Sophie, I am going to actually pass the mic over to you and allow you to unmute your mic and share a little bit of your thoughts.
Thank you, Ms. Willier. Ms. Willier, you have found a way to connect with me at a personal level during English classes, and you taught me to collaborate to understand what the assignments were about. Thank you. Mr. Warnell, you encouraged me during social studies courses to become part of conversations, to express myself so that my opinion can be heard. That meant a lot to me. Thank you for that. Mr. Tiberio, with his incredible patience, he always took the time to fully listen to me and observe where I am in my thinking during science, bio, chem, and physics classes. Instead of rushing to provide answers for questions, he always thoughtfully mastered questions that guided me to think deeply and arrive at my own conclusion. Besides feeling safe to make mistakes, he helped me to continue to grow in my confidence and develop my critical thinking skills along the way. Thank you. Mr. Castelli has observed my work throughout the math courses as being consistent and encouraged me to speak math language during classes. Thank you. Mr. Fraser, thank you for guiding and supporting me through phys ed, calm, and option courses. Your encouragement, availability, and feedback made a big difference. Thank you. Mr. Shane helped me to explore my creativity and appreciate different levels of art and expression during my art courses. Thank you. Mr. Harrison provided consistent positive feedback, which encouraged me to provide my best on assignments in English. And he also taught me to advocate for myself even in challenging times. Thank you.
That was really great, Sophie. Thank you. So in the end, we can see that PBB was the right choice for Sophie. Her plans for the future are to chillax, according to her, and then hopefully follow her passion for science in the near future. Congratulations to Sophie. We are so proud of you.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. And thanks, Sophie, for chiming in. It's important that students have a voice, and that is one of the benefits here at both PBB and PBB's grad ceremony. So we're glad we had that opportunity. Our next graduate here today with us is going to be introduced by Mrs. Fraser, Cohen Muselar.
Well, congratulations to everyone. I didn't know I was doing this till this morning, but it's actually my honor to introduce Cohen. I've gotten to know him just this year, but he is an incredible human being, and I'm very proud to be able to introduce him. So I'm going to just kind of read you some of the information that was gathered, and I'll share some of my experiences. So Cohen was raised in Lethbridge and has always been an incredibly active person, dedicated his school life to sports as well as excelling academically. He thrives in leadership roles, which we've seen a lot this year, and one of his most memorable parts of PBB would be the Fire Academy. Cohen's philosophy is clear. So this is a quote from him, which I can attest to. If you're not giving 100%, don't do it at all. I think I would actually change that, Cohen, to 110% at least, because that's what we see with you all the time. This commitment to giving his all is evident in his journey. He chose PBB because he wanted to balance his studies, his work as a heavy-duty mechanic, and continue to play rugby for Catholic Central. The flexibility of PBB was super important for that and helped him get to where he is today. So I think it was a very good choice for him. One of Cohen's most significant achievements and favorite moments through Palliser Beyond Borders was his participation in the Fire Academy. And this is how I got to know Cohen. This experience has allowed him to connect with many amazing people and have led him to earning his 1001 or NFPA 1001 certificate, as well as 2 different hazardous materials certificates. These are certifications through the province, which is our adult education program. So it's a very, very big achievement. He describes this opportunity as a highlight of the year, with each week of training being the best part of his week. At the Future on Fire conference in Edmonton this past year, I had the privilege, along with Mrs. Bergsma, to take him and his other cadets, to the competition, and they excelled. They won numerous competitions, set time records, led as mentors, and were able to showcase a lot of their skills. There were 75 candidates total, and Cohen was one of 4 that received a leadership award that was chosen by his peers. And I can say that his dedication that weekend was phenomenal, even taking calls from work to troubleshoot as a heavy duty mechanic while he was doing these other things was incredible. He dedicates every Friday afternoon to this program where other students his age may be out doing other things high school kids do. He's there every Friday giving it all. So I'm extremely, extremely proud of his accomplishments. So what's next for Cohen? Well, he has some exciting opportunities. He's currently weighing a rugby scholarship for school in the United States against pursuing a career in firefighting and paramedic. Whatever path he chooses to pursue, he will do amazing. I'm probably a little partial to staying and doing a fire career, but no, Cohen, whatever you choose to do, you'll be amazing at it. And we are all so incredibly proud of you and your accomplishments. And you are a tremendous role model to young people as you just continue to give and give and give. So, but don't forget to always remember to take care of yourself. So congratulations.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Mrs. Fraser. It is certainly an honor that one of our graduates is a part of the very esteemed Fire Academy this year, that they've really set Palliser apart, and Cohen himself a shining star in that bunch. Next up, it's me. I will introduce Dallas Robertson. Dallas insists she's just a regular burnt-out high school senior, in her own words. And yet, Dallas has been far from regular, striving hard in her studies, engaging and supporting her small northern community as a volunteer with the Alberta Health Unit. She's even worked within the school, within that community. She's been an active participant of our Palliser Student Leadership Council, Go Phoenixes. She has also had the opportunity to cherish moments with her grandmother in South Korea this year, and some school. I think some school was somewhere in there. She enjoys theological studies and learning about obscure medieval practices in her free time, which there's very little of. So it does mean that we can be reassured that Iron Maiden will probably just stay a band. Aside from that, she's from New Brunswick. She has a little white dog and is fully bilingual in English and Korean. She's joining us up from near Fort Vermilion, and after recently coming back from Korea, her quote was, "I want to retire." Don't we all? Needless to say, that's an easy sentiment, right? And she also wanted to add, and I quote, "I would like to thank all of the staff at PBB for being so accommodating no matter what my situation was. Everyone here is ridiculously kind and supportive, and I appreciate that they truly did go above and beyond to ensure that I was able to finish well in my studies." She has been accepted into the University of Alberta for kinesiology and hopes to go on to medical school after finishing her bachelor's. While it's a bit formal, I believe the correct expression in Korean is "졸업 축하합니다." Congratulations on your graduation. Next up, Mr. Enns is going to introduce us to Dade Ashby to share about this graduate.
Well, it's my honor to introduce Dade, and I'm not sure if he was able to join today, but when he does, he joins us from Colehurst. Dade came to Palliser Beyond Borders because he was seeking more control over his learning, and he wanted a break from the traditional 8-hour school day. This decision allowed him to customize his learning in a way that aligns with what truly matters to him. His favorite quote is simply, "Meow." Dade enjoyed biology, and he accomplished a memorable achievement of having been the very first student in Palliser Beyond Borders who completed our performance broadcasting course. He is known for his remarkably deep voice, creative flair, and a passion for working out. Dade also has his own YouTube channel, which I understand is well on its way to having a massive following. When you hear the meow, that is your notification to like and subscribe so you do not miss a single video. After graduation, Dade plans on attending Lethbridge Polytechnic and this summer and starting work. If you're looking for the perfect graduation gift, more weights for his home gym are always welcome. So please join me in congratulating Dade Ashby.
Brilliant. Yes, I know Dade had a distinct passion for doing a lot of deadlifts on his barbells, and but he only had one set. So I think we could improve upon that. That would help him out, eh? Next up is an important introduction as well for Mr. Stephen Warnell, introducing Ruth Ann Thomas.
So it's my honor, and I'm pleased to introduce one of our incredible graduates, Ruth Thomas. She's joining us from Calgary today, but she currently lives in Texas, and Ruth became part of Palliser Beyond Borders in order to take advantage of our remote learning opportunities that allowed her to continue to finish her Alberta high school diploma while moving with her family to Texas. From the beginning, she's brought a creative spirit to our learning community. She's a young woman with full of life and purpose. She's known for creativity and faith-filled heart. Whether she's behind a camera lens, painting a canvas, or diving into a good book, or exploring new virtual worlds in her favorite video games. She also enjoys Bible studies, ice cream, and soaking in life's moments. She's always chasing her purpose and loving every second of the journey. Outside the classroom, Ruth is an adventurer at heart. She enjoys biking, socializing, trying new experiences, and spending time with her 3 dogs. She's a dedicated sister to her 5 siblings, and Ruth is deeply family-oriented and brings the same sense of care and commitment to everything she does. Her involvement in various ministries within her local church, including outreach and food bank services, reflects her genuine compassion and strong faith foundation. After graduation, Ruth is going to be continuing her journey at Bible College, where we're confident she will continue to grow, inspire, and lead with grace. One of her favorite Bible verses encapsulates her outlook on life. A cheerful heart is good medicine, but a broken spirit saps person's strength, from Proverbs 17:22. So please join me in celebrating Ruth, a true light in our school community, as she steps into this next chapter.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Mr. Warnell. It is much appreciated, and it's great to see that this has worked so well for Ruth and her accomplishments. We'll just keep the good times rolling here, Mr. Warnell, because we love the sound of your voice. Tell us a little bit about a few people who couldn't be here with us today.
Well, I think what we're going to do is just mention their names. So we have Lana McCall and Maggie and Sam, Andrew and Ava and Sarah, Dalton and Chris. All of these graduates for our school. You know, that's one of the benefits of Palliser Beyond Borders, that they have lives outside of school that are keeping them all busy, so they weren't able to join us today. But we just want to acknowledge their great contribution to the school, and they're moving into this next step and stage in their lives.
Excellent. Thank you for that, Mr. Warnell. Yes, as you say, many people keeping busy, and June is certainly full of busy. And so we've definitely recognized and acknowledged their many accomplishments. Next, I want to turn to our trustee, Mr. Montina, to tell us a little bit more about the valedictorian and today's recipient.
Thanks, Jacob. So today, and every grad I get to attend to, I get the distinct pleasure of introducing and awarding the valedictorian medal. This is a tradition that dates back to 1989 and was first presented by the County of Lethbridge Board of Education. And then this year, we'll be awarding the valedictorian medal to 15 different high schools across the division. So reaching this milestone is not without sacrifice. Sounds like the valedictorian this year definitely was doing a lot and achieving all these things at the same time, working as a heavy-duty mechanic and doing fire academy. So it takes a great deal of hard work and dedication to academics, and I think I would agree with Mrs. Fraser's sentiments earlier that it sounds like he's giving 110% in everything he's doing, not 100%. And I have no doubt that this year's recipient will go on to inspire others, pursue his passions, contribute to his community, especially based on some of the future goals and career aspirations it looks like he's considering, and achieve ongoing success in all his future endeavors. So with that being said, I'd like to congratulate this year's 2025 Palliser Beyond Borders valedictorian, Cohen Mizelar. I know it was Muselar or Mizelar. It was said different earlier, but I was told it was Mizelar. So I'm going to say Mizelar. So congratulations, Cohen, and the floor is yours, I believe.
Yeah. I'd love to wear my hat, but with headphones, it's a little hard. So it's here. Firstly, I want to say a big thank you to all my teachers and all the staff that have supported me through these last 2 years at Palliser Beyond Borders. I wouldn't have been able to achieve this without them, and them encouraging me through this, and how big of an honor it is to just receive this award as valedictorian. Now for my speech, I guess. I won't make it too long, but I prepared a little something. So when I found out I had to make a speech, I honestly had no idea what I would say or talk about. But I got to thinking and reflected on how I have lived my life for the past 17 years. Well, as far back as I can remember, at least. One of the questions I had to fill out for the survey for this graduation was a quote. As I contemplated what I wanted to be my senior quote, I decided to speak out a philosophy of my life. If you're not going to give it 100%, don't do it at all. This has always been my way of thinking, even when things were hard and life got busy, and it felt as though there were a million things to do and not enough energy or time to do them. Our day-to-day lives aren't always easy and sunshine and rainbows, and I found it's okay to have rough days where you just need a hug. But no matter how hard things got or how busy my life got, I knew I had to commit 100% to myself. I knew that if I didn't, I'd be living a lukewarm life. And living a lukewarm life is a drought of truly living. If you never give anything 100%, you won't be able to truly live out the time you have left. But giving it 100% doesn't mean you're going to succeed at everything you do all the time. And it doesn't mean you won't have bad days. But it does mean you really tried. There will be times where you give 100% and still fail, but that doesn't make you a failure, weak, or unsuccessful. It means you gave it everything you had, and to understand that means more than any accomplishment you can get. And when you do fail at 100%, don't give up, try again, and if you fail, keep trying. 100% isn't only a physical challenge, but a mental mountain of adversity we must all climb to be our best selves. Giving any other percent is giving up on yourself and saying whatever you're doing isn't worth the 100%. So please, whatever you're doing, to all our grads and everybody else in this meeting, give it your 100% to make your life truly worth living.
Nice. Smash the emoji buttons. Absolutely. Thank you, Cohen. In terms of a long list of accomplishments, I guess we're going to tack speech writing on there too, eh? Nicely done. Very much appreciated today. And yes, certainly the sage advice about pursuing your passions is absolutely critical. We also want to shout out to the Alberta Teachers Association and the Palliser Local 19. Our graduates are receiving some prizes, some small amount of funds that they'll be able to use towards some of their future goals. And we sincerely appreciate their contributions in supporting our grads. Well, congratulations, graduates. You have had the opportunity to learn and adapt and grow in ways that you could never have prepared for. You mastered Google Classroom and Moodle. You navigated endless tabs, not as many as me, but still survived breakout rooms. And yes, sometimes disappeared off camera into the void, but you always came back, right? Today's Friday the 13th, but Today, instead of fear, is a day filled with hope. We hear the cheers of your family and the applause of your future calling. Graduating from this school means you have developed skills that you didn't even know you needed yet. Independence, discipline, and the magical ability to look awake in the morning when you haven't slept and just rolled out of bed. But more importantly, you've also shown kindness to your peers. You've shown resilience through every unexpected challenge and a willingness to grow in new ways, not just as students, but as people. So on behalf of your teachers, let me say, we didn't just see you complete assignments. We saw you show up. We saw you try again. And we saw that you care. And that is what truly matters. Okay? Whether you're heading into high school, whether you're going to work, travel, or a well-deserved nap, because we could all benefit from one of those, take everything you've learned here, not just the academic stuff, but the confidence you've built and the character that you have shown, and carry it forward with pride. Congratulations to all of the class of 2025. We very much appreciate having been along for the ride. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there is an opportunity here for our resident photographer, Mr. Warnell, to grab a few photo ops so that we can capture the moment that we all had a chance to celebrate with you. So I'm going to stop the screen share, and what we're going to try and do is get more people to turn their cameras on. And Mr. Warnell is going to work his digital magic in the background. And I know I'm setting a high bar, but still, we're going to try and grab some pictures. He'll let you know when you need to put your smile on, so that way we're not all looking off in the distance. This is also a good time. Unfortunately, she's sick. That's Dallas right there. Yeah, that travel back from Korea, the time change, the shift, it's definitely taking its toll. But do your best, everybody. We'll see if we can get everybody up there. We'll at least see if we can get your emoji up in there, Dallas. And get your smile prepared. And don't forget to find out where that actual camera is. So when you look at the camera, we'll actually be able to see it. All right, Mr. Warnell, tell us when to say cheese.
All right, I'm going to count it down from 5. Look up there at the camera. I can your work and stuff like that can wait for 30 seconds. So look at the camera, and in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're going to try just one more time, I think. There's a couple of people whose eyes were closed and stuff, so we'll try that one more time. And so 3, 2, 1. There we go. Eyes are open, smiles are big. Looks good to me. Excellent.
Wonderful. Thank you for that, Mr. Warnell. Thank you to all of our graduates, to our special guests and honorees. Thank you as well to all the families that were able to join us today. We very much appreciate your support and the time that you spent with supporting your students in getting the chance to graduate today. I think that's it. Take care, everybody. If you have your motorboard, now's the time to throw it. Just don't hit a friend or a neighbor.